Welcome guys to Tower Defense X. So in my last video, I went ahead and of course played with only Ranger and Shotgunner. Of course now you can see I have John, Missile Trooper, and the farm. So yeah, I'm going to be playing more Tower Defense X, and I actually want to say I have a strategy. So yeah, I'm going to get into that when I get into a game. Okay, surprisingly nobody joined my game, but I guess it's just I didn't say anything in chat, so I didn't say in chat, hey, join me, or I didn't say solo or anything dumb. So I guess people just decided to just not notice me at all. But anyway, I'm just gonna place a bunch of Johns. So yeah, I first got Johns. I got the John Tower, I got the Missile Trooper Tower, I got the Farm Tower. Well, I guess you can't really call it. I don't know. I guess you could call it a tower. I don't know. Okay, so while I'm placing these Rangers, I'm going to put a John right here because, well, in a moment I am going to put a John here. But basically, I'm going to explain with this John right here about Path 1. Well, these Johns along this path, I'm going to explain Path 2 in more detail. Because his tower is unique, of course, because, well, John and his team made it. But I'm going to explain in detail for those that don't know this tower very well, based on how the paths work. Of course I want to explain that. So yeah, when I get him money, I'm going to explain how path system works for John. Oh, and I should also mention there's more sound UI settings. So basically you can mess with the ambient sound in case you don't like hearing ambience. You can also mess with EDJ. So if you don't like to listen to EDJ for whatever reason, you could turn that off. Or if you who want to hear that more instead of the actual music, you can just turn that off. Or if you don't want any music at all, just turn it all off. But yeah, thought I would mention that because only in TDX you could actually do that. Unlike Tower Defense Simulator, you can't do this. You have to basically turn off all your sound. The developers behind that game are lazy. I feel like, of course, no hate to them. I used to play their game a lot, so of course I can't really hate on them. I'm not gonna hate on them. The game is good. Tower Defense Simulator is a good game. I don't hate Tower Defense Simulator, and I don't hate the devs. It's just I think they've gotten lazier. But of course, I don't know. It's just that's just them. And not only that, development can be time consuming, and I'm guessing sometimes they're busy. And not only that, whenever they try to push out an update, it's always delayed. Okay, and let's watch this first. You see this? What is that drop? It drops money. Yeah, I like that. That's a cool design. Only in TDX. But yeah, the farm is a very unique tower. I'm not gonna lie, because of that, I really like that a lot. Okay, so as you can see here with this John right here, this one in the middle, this John, of course, I already leveled it up. So basically, Path 1, I'm gonna do Path 1 on this John. As you can see, he has his different armor. He has this black armor, which looks cool. He of course still has his black paintball mask. He still has it, and he of course has a Desert Eagle. But this John, however, as you can see, I upgraded him Path 2. He has, okay, that's very buggy. He still has the black paintball mask, except the visor is now red, and all of that. He doesn't have black armor. He has green armor. As you can see, he has like green shoulder pads. You'll see in more detail what I mean. Okay, I had multiple attempts to try and do this, but of course I'm just gonna try and do this now. As you can see, this John, I did Path 1. He has black armor, as you can see. But this John over here, he has green shoulder pads. I'm actually gonna upgrade him. That icon, the cheeseburger icon is what I have to call it. As you can see, he has green armor, and if you play a certain game, you may know what he's about to turn into, or if this doesn't give it away. Path 2 has basically, since Path 1 basically has, after here you see Path 1 for 52,500 cash, it says stun immunity, which is good, but also rage mode. Tower Defense Simulator basically had John Tower, and it had a rage ability, but of course that was removed and John Tower was replaced with militant. But in this game, John Roblox basically brought back the John Tower, and of course brought back the rage ability, but of course in his own way. Well, I guess he basically just changed the sound effects and all that. But with the path system, it's different. But of course I'll explain that in a moment. I'm actually also going to place some Missile Troopers around, because I actually need Missile Trooper, because Missile Trooper actually helps out with this strategy. So yeah, I'm just going to place Missile Trooper around. I'm going to get Path 1 because of stealth detection, so yeah. Okay, so I got Missile Troopers, so I should be fine in case like these tanky guys, the Abominations, in case I get a stealth version, so I could explain this better. So of course, if you play a certain game, you of course know what John's about to turn into with Path 2, but of course Path 1 is just his rage ability from Tower Defense Simulator, just put in this game. And of course he has his Juggernaut armor. Actually I have the money now, so I'm gonna waste money now. So look at this John right here, of course you see. I'm gonna upgrade him now. As you can see, if you know what the game is now, or if you don't, I'm just gonna explain. He looks like the Doomslayer from Doom Eternal. And basically, yeah, as you can see, he dual wields 2 guns, and on each arm he dual wields 2 guns, and on the back he dual wields a Doom Eternal style battle axe, which I like to call the Doom Axe. And basically, of course, it's his own ability. So I guess it's basically to balance out, because Path 1 is basically rage ability, while this is just a battle axe. But basically, I'm guessing why this is a thing, why Path 2 is basically a Doom Eternal styled John. It's because John likes the game franchise Doom, so he basically was like, why not do this, but in a non-copyright way, I guess. But yeah, he basically made a Doom Eternal version, a Doomslayer version of himself, and of course he kept in this for the nostalgia, the rage ability, which I like that. I think that he has this. But of course, the strategy involves this axe that he has, this Doom Axe. It involves that in the strategy. And I guess if you want, you could include the Missile Trooper and John with the rage ability, which actually I'm gonna buy in a second. Okay, I bought it. So as you can see, he upgraded from Desert Eagles to what seems to be a light machine gun of some sort. And of course on the back he has 50 caliber BFG 50, which is pretty nice if you ask me. Let's just watch this dude not get blown up. Okay, cool. I need to fend off this dude before I get killed. So now, basically, as you can see, Plague Doctor's here, and of course I have this Doom Axe, which is Doomslayer John, I guess we could call it. So let's pay attention to this for a moment. As you can see, Plague Doctor has 40,000 health, and of course I have John right here. If I press G, he uses the axe, and of course here he lost basically almost half of his health. So now I'm basically just gonna use the Doom Axe. Of course I'm just gonna sell these other Johns. I'm gonna use Rage ability. And I'm just gonna use the Doom Axe. And now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna place another John. I'm gonna max it out on Path 2. I'm just gonna use the axe. So basically the strat involves John Tower Path 2, but with the Doom Axe. So yeah, this is an overpowered little thing, I guess you could say. As you can see, Plague Doctor's already dead. Of course, you need to defeat every single enemy before, yeah. But yeah, basically, the strat involves you using, of course, you need to use the John Tower, Path 2, and you get the Doomslayer John with a Doom Axe, or the Doom Battle Axe, whatever you want to call it. And basically, you get to use that ability, and you get to just use it on Plague Doctor a bunch of times until he dies. Which I think is kind of overpowered, but not, I guess, because like I don't think this could work against Eradicator. I never tested it because I have yet to play intermediate mode. If you guys are thinking about, of course, replacing like Ranger and Shotgunner for John and Missile Trooper, I'd say keep the Ranger, but of course you can remove Shotgunner if you want to, because John is basically a Shotgunner, except it's better, but he doesn't have access to stealth health detection. So basically, you want to keep a tower like either Missile Trooper or Ranger for stealth detection. But of course, I would keep Ranger because his Ranger is an easy tower to level up quickly. You can basically just get a bunch of them in a matter of a few minutes, in a matter of like 20 seconds maybe, and just play. Here's a bunch of Path 1 stealth detection Rangers alongside of Johns with whatever path you choose, which I guess Path 2 or Path 1 Johns. But if you were gonna put like a bunch of Johns in a line with the path, I would do Path 2 for the Slayer or John, and then just use the the Doomslayer Battle Axe thing, whatever you want to call it at this point. If you basically just want to, of course, an easy win against Plague Doctor, or if you just want to get rid of a bunch of tanky enemies, like the Abomination or something. I do recommend, if you do want to do a bunch of Johns with Path 2 Doomslayer John with the Battle Axe, I recommend you get the farm. And of course you level up the farm, because of course the money could really help, because I've tried this strategy without the farm. It can work, but only on solo, I feel like. And of course you want to try and do this by yourself, I guess. Well, you can do this with multiplayer, this strategy, I guess, with friends if they also have John Tower. But don't do this with random people, because you can't tell what towers they have unless you ask them. Basically, if you plan on doing a bunch of Johns, of course, place them in a path, get path 2 maxed out, and of course, you know the drill. Basically, get a bunch of Johns, place them on a path, max out path 2 for the Slayer, and then use the Doomslayer Battle Axe thingamabob and just use it on the Plague Doctor. I have yet to test it on Eradicator, but of course, you guys could try that out if you want, I guess. Yeah, of course, keep the Ranger, I guess, if you want, for stealth detection, easy stealth detection. Of course, get John, Missile Trooper, and I guess the farm. And of course, if you want to basically get an easy win against Plague Doctor and you have John, just go ahead and farm, I guess, as well as Ranger and I guess Missile Trooper. Just place a bunch of Missile Trooper, just place a bunch of Johns in a path, like against the pathway, max them up to path 2. And of course, place some Missile Troopers as well, and a bunch of Rangers, and I suppose as well as use the Battle Axe, and you should be fine. Of course, this is why you want other towers with stealth detection like Missile Trooper or Ranger, because of course John can't, of course, see stealth detection no matter what path you get. So of course, use Missile Trooper or Ranger or anything really. But I like to have Missile Trooper and the Ranger, because Ranger is easy for early game. Missile Trooper is good for when you can get it. And of course, get a lot of them. Don't just get one, because one's not enough, obviously. And of course, make sure to upgrade your farms, because you want that easy cash. Because then you can just get a bunch of money to use it on these towers to win. I don't know why this icon's so ridiculous. I guess just John ran out of ideas for Path 2, so he was like, why not have fans make this meme or something? I don't know. But yeah, this is the only meme icon for John and Path 2. Because every other Path 2 icon and Path 1 icon are normal, except for this one. I like to call this stage of Path 2 John the Cheeseburger John, because of that, because on his hat it's cheeseburger. But yeah, now we have the Doomslayer John, because he looks like the Doomslayer now. Oh, by the way, last round, I actually remember I forgot to sell my farms, which is kind of funny. I remember I didn't sell the farms. You always want to sell your farms after you get the cash from them. As soon as you get the cash from them on the last wave, you of course want to sell them for that easy cash, just to max out whatever you have for Plague Doctor, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, of course. So as you can see, Plague Doctor, he's at this amount of health, of course, and now he has like none of it left. There's like nothing left of his health. He has like none left. So hang on, I'm just gonna place more Johns. G. I think I No! Damn it! He stunned the John as I placed it down. Damn it, man. Alright, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's trying to stun this John even though it's not even possible. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. Die. But yeah, that strategy is actually not a bad strategy, and I don't mind if you guys use it, of course. If you do use it in a video, I suppose point out that I came up with it, I feel like, because I feel like I was the one that came up with it. Of course, I didn't see anything on YouTube, but there's probably a chance I'm going to go on YouTube and editing and look, and someone already made a video about it. I don't know, who knows. So yeah, I decided to, of course, make this video because, of course, I wanted to show off that I got some towers off camera. And not only that, I just wanted to show off a little bit of a strategy I kind of came up with, I guess. At least I want to say I came up with it, but of course, I don't know if I came up with it. I'm just going to have to figure that out if I did or not. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.